Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Old Guy Firewood and my name is Dick. And today it's been about a month since I got the Eastonmade 2228 splitter with attached conveyor. And what I wanted to do today was kind of give you another little quick go around, show you the splitter and some of the features, and talk to you about the things that I really love about it, and a few very minor things that I had to take care of, or I had to learn, really, not fault of the machine, but operator error, things I had to learn to make it run the way it should. So got a bunch of oak logs split up here. As I say, I'm going to talk about the machine and how it's doing and what I like about it, and then we're going to crank it up. We're going to go ahead and do a timed splitting of 1/3 of a cord of wood, of oak wood, and we'll see how it goes, so stick with me. Folks, this machine has been an absolute game changer for me, and that's really what I want to kind of feature as I use this machine, explain how a one-person operation and an older guy like me can still remain really productive if you have the right equipment. And of course, if you add another person or two to the equation, the production increases exponentially. But as I say, it's been a game changer for me. It was getting to the point where, you know, if I could get a tote a day split, I was doing good. Hard for me to handle some of the real big rounds as I get a little bit older, and just don't have the stamina that I used to. So you know, I'd work hard and work up a sweat and split a tote and have to quit for the day. But with this machine, I can go for several hours. It doesn't tire me out. The manual part of wrestling the rounds is taken care of by the pullback arm on the box wedge, and you know, I can come out here in the wood yard and spend an hour and get a couple or three totes split, and it's just amazing to me, the capabilities of this machine. But let me turn you around here and I'll show you some of the things that I've found as I've used it over the last month. Eastonmade 2228, 22 horse motor, 28 gallon per minute pump, and this thing is a beast. With that horsepower and that pump, this thing will push through anything. It, you know, if you get a piece caught in here sideways and you don't stop it, it's going to push it right on through and cut it cross grain without any effort. The attached conveyor eliminates that touch off the end of the splitter, and I just run my splits up here and into an IBC tote, grab that with my tractor and the forklifts, move it, put an empty one back in its place. It's just taken so many touches out of the process for me, and so much of the physical labor out of the process for me, that it just, you know, I just I keep saying it, but I just can't believe how much more productive I can be as a single operator. And you know, a lot of people say, man, that's an expensive piece of equipment, and it is, no question about it. But if you look at your productivity and run the numbers, you know, it gets you into a situation where your production can increase to the point where you could pay this machine off in a year or less. Or, you know, if you're just going slower and only have a little bit of spare time, you certainly could pay it off in a 2-year period. And from then on, you have the production, and you have that productivity and that money coming in, because you're going to be selling a lot of wood and producing a lot of wood. A couple things I did have to take care of. The machine produces quite a bit of slash. I think any box wedge does. And so Jake at Dude Ranch DIY had mentioned that he takes the top or a piece of an IBC tote bladder and places it under his machine. So I've gone ahead and done that. I haven't actually run it with this under here. Today will be the first time that I do that. And just attach a little rope handle here so I can pull it out when it gets filled up. The other thing I did was I went ahead and put an hour meter on here. It does not come with an hour meter, but that's a simple thing to do. This housing actually had holes already in it, I think probably for mounting an hour meter, but that cost me about $28, I think, and there's a little wire that wraps around the spark plug wire and keeps track of the hours that you run the machine, which is great for maintenance, oil changes, and so on. So did that. The only other issue that I had with it, which you saw in one of my earlier videos, is that I had the box wedge riding up. It was coming up and coming disconnected down here where the hydraulic lift arm attaches to the bottom of the wedge. That was totally my fault. If you push the lever for the wedge lift so that it goes all the way down, it disengages that blue arm from the bottom of the wedge. And it's designed to do that because that's you need to be able to release it to pull the wedge out and change the wedges. So you can't run the cylinder all the way down. You just have to put it down and up a little bit so that it engages again like it is right there. And I can tell what I do is I gauge it by how much of this is sticking up above the table. And right there is about as low as you can go without disengaging the wedge and risking it riding up if you get a knotty piece of wood pushing through there. So that's just something I had to learn, and now I know it, and it's not a problem. I've got all these oak rounds bucked up here, and for the purpose of this video, I think we've got enough. We've got some more back there piled up in that pile. I think we've got enough to go ahead and fill that IBC tote. Go ahead and start the conveyor. Throttle up the motor. I've had some really big logs on this log lift, and it handles them with ease. Big knot right there. Goes right on through. I'm not sure how long it may have taken to split that round, but a minute or two. Again, if you have somebody working with you, they can keep this log lift filled up. This is limited by at least 50%. one 330-gallon IBC tote filled up with nice red oak, and you know, I didn't even break a sweat. That's the thing that's so amazing to me. It's effortless. You have to move the rounds onto the log lift, but that's about it. Once you get them up there, you may have to turn them once in a while if there's a knot or something. But this machine, it's a beast. And I'm going to go back and look at the video and see exactly how long it took to split that tote full. And I'll take out the time that I moved cameras and so on, you know, time that we weren't actually splitting and handling the rounds. And I'll post it here. But I doubt it was any more than, you know, maybe, well, definitely less than 20 minutes, probably closer to 15. Guys, if you're a 1 or 2 man operation and you're looking at what you need to do to up your production and be able to produce quantities of wood that can make your business profitable, this is the machine for you. It's amazing. You saw me working all alone and how quickly I split that IBC tote, which was about 1/3 of a cord of wood, and you know, I could do that all day long. I certainly couldn't do that if I didn't have that box wedge, that pullback arm, and that conveyor, because they take so many touches out of the process that it makes it easy for me to do a lot. But as I say, this machine has been a game changer for me. It's allowing me to produce a good amount of quality firewood in a short period of time with a minimum amount of effort. Well, folks, I think that'll do it for today's video. As I say, I wanted to give you a little bit of a 1-month review and show you how the splitter was working and show you a couple little things that I did. The catch tray underneath and the hour meter, and figuring out how to adjust the height of the wedge so that it didn't become disengaged from the lift arm. But if you like this sort of thing, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Push that thumbs up button, give it a like, and please leave a comment below. And something I'd like to have you do is in your comments, if there's anything that you would like to see a video on, leave a comment. You know, if chainsaw sharpening, or you know, something to do with the tractor, or cutting down trees, or using the Mazdam rope puller, or whatever. And if I get several requests for the same type of content, I'll be sure and go ahead and do a video on it. But as I always say at the end of my videos, the best advice I can give you is to keep moving. So until the next time, keep moving, and we'll see you then.